In this video, I'm going to talk a little about the new album by Ted Nugent. It's called Detroit Muscle. It was released on April 29th, 2022, and an album I haven't really been expecting to review. I just happened to find out that it came out. As you can see, I am reviewing Ted Nugent. I do have an American flag in the background, so I thought that was appropriate. I have a Black Sabbath shirt. I know that's kind of like what I have. I don't really have American bands and as far as t-shirts going, but anyway, so that's why I'm going to talk about that. Ted Nugent, let me just talk a little bit about him really quick. So he started out in the Amboy Dukes in like around 1967. In the late 60s, that was a psychedelic rock band. Then he went on a solo career in like the 70s. He had an album, Cat Scratch Fever, that had the title track. That was a radio hit, and he was kind of like a very like high energy like guitarist, very influential for hard rock, almost heavy metal, but not quite. More of that like AC/DC type of like hard rock style. He comes from Detroit. He was from that whole Detroit scene with Alice Cooper, the Stooges, MC5. Now, actually, this album is called Detroit Muscle, and it's very similar to what Alice Cooper did last year, with Detroit Stories. It's based on, living in Detroit. But a lot of the songs are, very about like, pro-American. Now, we know Ted Nugent is, very in your face with his politics, all that right-wing stuff, Donald Trump, guns, hunting, the Constitution, all of that. Now, I was expecting the lyrics to be a lot of like in-your-face right-wing stuff, but it wasn't really. But it is a lot of stuff about living in Detroit and just America in general. So, I don't know, it's not too bad. Let me talk about it a little more right now. So he released a music video called American Campfire, and it's just a very like pro-America, talking about sitting around the campfire, making references to, drinking a beer, grilling meat, spending time with family. There's a music video showing images of that. Has like kind of like catchy, repetitive lyrics. Everybody loves an American campfire. That kind of like pro-country type of lyrics. That's the first single, pretty decent, but it has some other pretty cool songs as well. So I'm going to go through like the rest of the songs track by track. So the first song, Detroit Muscle, that opens the album, kind of fast-paced. It has those lyrics, talking about, living in Detroit, similar to what Alice Cooper did last year. It's a high-energy song. Not too bad. Come and Take It. That one reminds me a little more of like 80s metal, has that like Damn Yankees, that type of sound, which, by the way, was his band in the 80s with Jack Blade, Tommy Shaw. It was kind of like a supergroup at the time. They had 2 albums. Pretty cool, chorus. They have like the line, like, "Don't tread on me." Again, the very like American types of sounds and music. Born in Motor City. This one it's about Detroit in general. Again, very similar to like what Alice Cooper did last year, talking about the Stooges, MC5, being in Detroit when he's younger. And this is a heavy blues rock song. Driving Blind. This was one, I tried to like interpret the lyrics. I interpreted it as him like driving under the influence, but I'm not really sure about that interpretation, because I know he is kind of like against like taking drugs. He's always been against that. Alcohol, I don't know. I mean, he probably drinks because, he's American, and, that's what people do. It reminds me a little of like ZZ Top as well. It has that kind of like bluesy style to it. So that was a decent song. Just Leave Me Alone. It's a rocker with some old school riffs. That one has like a more of a garage rock type of sound. Alaska, more of a slower rock song. It's about the state of Alaska. Cool, like groovy rock song. Pretty cool solos. Winter, Spring, Summer, Fall, that's, it's an instrumental, and it's kind of strange because it has like a Middle Eastern almost sounding melody, and kind of like that sounds strange coming from Ted Nugent. You wouldn't think he would, do something like that, but it was, pretty decent song. Leave the Lights On, that's a slower song, and it kind of reminds me a little of like 90s alternative, the chorus, it's very one of those like stick in your head kind of things, I'm coming home, leave the lights on, You will never be alone. Something like that. And catchy song. Next, Feedback, Grind Fire. It's a hard rocker. The song he like lets out one of his screams. Bringing back that old like 70s style Ted Nugent album. Just high energy rock and roll, kind of like almost like punk rock or garage rock, and there's some little hints of psychedelic rock, a little bit of feedback in there. Kind of very like a raw sound. And the final song is the Star Spangled Banner, an instrumental version of this, obviously, and it's decent. I prefer the Jimi Hendrix version, of course, but it's pretty cool. He just plays the melody and then he does some of those like hammer-on stuff, and he kind of like does a little shredding in it, but that's what it is. And in conclusion, it's not bad. I wasn't really expecting to review this. The Alice Cooper album from last year, I believe it was better than this, but this was okay. Pretty cool guitar playing. I like the production. Like the guitar sounds like really crisp. So if you're a guitar person, you probably like that aspect of it. And the lyrics were, I guess, kind of basic. Very like I Love America. Not that bad. I didn't know Ted Nugent was still making music. I thought he was just like focusing on his like political activism and his hunting and all that. But apparently he is making albums, and that's it. Again, my score is 7 out of 10. It's decent. If you're a fan of Nugent, go listen to it, pick it up. If not, check it out, see if you like it. And anyway, let me know what you thought in the comments. So up next, my collaboration video with the Chill Dude on the Couch. We're going to be talking about the new Rammstein album, Zeit. I still have the Rammstein self-titled to review, so I'll get that done just to keep everything complete. Then my end of the month videos, albums I missed in April, my top 10 albums of April, and I know that's a lot, but I want to try to get it all done hopefully next week. So that's all. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.